Okay. Somber opening to the show. I'm gonna wait till there are a few folks on board before I begin. Oh, it's 4:20. I got to spark up. Sorry for the delay here. Well, happy 420, everybody. Let's get that going. Now, I have some sad news. That's where I'm going to start the show. I wanted to wait till there were a few people on board because I don't want to go. I want this to go out there to nobody. So I'm going to wait till a few folks come on board. So when there's a few people on board, then I'll do it because it's important to me that more people know about it than just me. So when there's a couple folks on board, then I'll do the tribute. Okay. Because it means a lot to me that more people. So oops. There goes my connection. Hey, buds. Welcome aboard. Happy 421 or 422 or whatever it is right now. Anyway, well, I guess I got a couple of you here. I could tell you what happened. My bestie's stepson died today. He's 31 years of age, Ryan Ford. He had acute asthma, and he passed away this morning. So, as a tribute to him, I salute you, Ryan Ford, and we'll miss you, my man. Here's to you, Ryan Ford. We'll have a moment of silence now. That was for you, my bestie, and for your stepson. And he'll truly be missed. That was for you, Ryan. Now, we're racking up nearly 1 million cases a week of this COVID-19 now. Okay. We're in like the 16th day of record hospitalizations. Maybe more than that. I don't know. I can't even fucking keep track anymore. And the president's touting this Regeneron, okay? Saying, wow, this thing makes him feel 20 years younger and shit. Well, you know what? It's not the Regeneron that made him feel better. It's the dexamethasone, which they've been giving everybody. Regeneron isn't even supposed to be given to people in the hospital. It's supposed to be given to people before they get to that state. Okay? It's a 2-dose treatment that's given to people before they get that sick. All right? It's supposed to be given to people before they get to the point where they need to go to the hospital. And dexamethasone is the treatment of choice right now for COVID-19. And to be telling people that Regeneron is the drug they should be taking is a bunch of bullshit. Because dexamethasone is the treatment of choice. Okay? Just like when he was pushing whatever the fuck that was he was pushing before, he's pushing the wrong fucking drug again. Okay? We got to stop listening to this fucking lunatic if you've been listening to him at all, which of course I haven't. Okay? But Regeneron is not the way to go. All right? That's a pre-treatment for COVID-19. It's not a treatment for COVID-19. Okay? Damn crowded in here. Yeah, right. There's me and you and somebody who's not talking. So I guess that's damn crowded, huh? Somebody dropped in for a second, then dropped out again. I don't know who that was. But anyway, so we got record number of hospitalizations. Okay. Now here's the thing. Here, get this now. I got this on my phone because it's been a busy morning. Damn lurker. It's been a busy morning, so I didn't really have time to take notes. But I didn't have time to take notes, but I have articles in my phone to refer to. So if I can find the article. No, I can't find it here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I found this interesting. That that athletes are getting tested at a remarkable rate here. The NFL administered 43,148 tests to 7,856 players, coaches, and employees. But frontline healthcare workers haven't been tested. Many of them haven't been tested since the start of the pandemic. Okay. Ms. Pariah, thank you for the flowers. Long time no see. But it's phenomenal how what priorities we have. Okay. There's this Ms. Sandoval, who's a 50-year-old frontline worker who regularly treats patients, either suspected or confirmed to have been infected with the coronavirus. In 8 months, she's never been tested. Okay. But you got 7,856 players who have consumed 43,148 tests. Okay. But she can't get tested. You know, let you know where our priorities are. You know, it's pretty fucking scary when we don't test our healthcare workers, but we test our professional football players. And it's not just professionals, college athletes too. Okay. Major League Soccer administered nearly 5,000 tests last week. And during the Major League Baseball season, they conducted 170,000 tests during the truncated season that they played. Okay. And frontline healthcare workers can't get tested. Okay. It's crazy. They're testing college athletes more than they're testing healthcare workers. I mean, this just isn't right. It seems to me there's something incongruous about that. Am I wrong? Or am I wrong? Are we that fixated on sports gambling that we're willing to let hospital workers suffer for this? It is shameful, Miss Pariah. It's beyond shameful. It's disgusting. It's beyond belief that we would go to this extent. I mean, these are thousands of tests wasted on athletes, literally wasted on athletes that could be administered. And they're coming out with more and more effective and comprehensive tests every day. Just the other day in Chicago, they developed a test that gives you the results literally in seconds. Okay. Instant results. Where are those tests? Okay. Where are those tests? How come these things aren't in every hospital in the country by now? Okay. I mean, if they're that easy to administer, then why doesn't everybody have them now? I'm afraid that once this vaccine comes out, they're not going to have any useful means by which to distribute it. Okay. And I didn't mean to end that sentence in a preposition. I apologize. I should have stopped at distribute. So our country has more perception New York in the beginning, but because our city commissioner made a backdoor deal with the state to stay in yellow because of the 15 prisons, we should be in purple. Oh, so you have some privately owned prisons, do you? See, Illinois banned those. We have no private correctional facilities in the state of Illinois. All state and federal. Oh. So you have no privately owned correctional facilities. Here's my lighter. Not in your county. Oh. But you have 15 prisons in your county? I hope it's a big county. You know, it's funny when we moved down here, Mrs. Spliffy said, I just don't want to live near any nuke plants or prisons. And there was a women's correctional facility 8 miles from here. And we lived near 3 nuke plants. So didn't quite work out for her. So, of course, they've since shut down the women's correctional facility. So, known as the bed and breakfast of the world. Most prisons in one location on the planet. Wow. Whew. You don't pick up any hitchhikers in your area, that's for sure. uh-huh. Uh-huh. Now, Statesville, one of the biggest state penitentiaries in Illinois, is just 20 miles away. So, yeah, I know it's posted not to around here as well, but people do anyway, I'm sure. Katie, welcome aboard. We were just talking about not picking up prisoners, not picking up hitchhikers around prisons. How that's not a good idea. So the transition of power has begun. Get this, we are under a voluntary curfew after 10 p.m. So in other words, there ain't no curfew. I get it. Old Max is about 2 miles away. Their alarm goes off every morning at 7 a.m. Oh my goodness. So that's a Supermax? One of those places where nobody ever sees anybody inside ever. Yeah, exactly, Katie. It's like, why bother? You know, voluntary curfew. There's no such thing. That's a contradiction in terms. It's like military intelligence. Uh, so it showed the bars by the U of A on the news. Music was blaring and no one was there. Super spooky. First prison built here, mostly used for medical now. We have the Guantanamo prisoners in a further complex. Oh. Yeah, I hope you're safe, Katie. I hope you're both safe. Hope everybody's safe. You know, Custer Keg over here, the local bar, 2 of the bartenders have COVID-19. Dawn, the manager, and Lori, one of the bartenders, the day bartenders, she got sick. So I don't know if they gave it to each other, if they both caught it from the same customer, or what happened. But I've been keeping away from the bar. So I went up there briefly today to get a bag of ice. Ended up staying for a couple of PBR coffees and a shot of Don Julio. Today's show is dedicated to Ryan Ford, the late stepson of my bestie, who passed away this morning at the age of 31 of acute asthma. So the show is dedicated to him today. Rest his soul. Yep, stay home unless it's an emergency. Yeah, it's quite a tragedy. She was shocked to hear it and texted me to tell me about it. And I did a shot of JMO to him at the beginning of the show as a tribute, and told her I'd dedicate the show to him today. I only go to the store for supplies or to the pantry to give away food. Yeah, I'm sorry for her loss. It meant a lot to her. I never had the privilege of meeting the young man. So I'm sure he was a fine lad. But yeah, I don't venture out much. So well, for the most part, Mrs. Spliffy does the shopping, and I pretty much stay here. So me and the doggies. In fact, she just left. There she goes, getting in the car. So the transition of power has begun at the White House. And of course, Trump took credit for letting it happen. And then he said he would accept the Electoral College decision that if Biden won that, then that was good with him. Now he's saying that that's not the case. Okay. Now he's saying that he doesn't believe the popular vote. Okay. And that he's got to prove he won the popular vote. in order to prove who won the election. Okay. Be a clown, be a clown. When does this end? Okay. When are the Mitch McConnells and the Lindsey Grahams going to finally say enough already? Okay. When are they going to finally fucking give up on this guy? I don't understand why they're still fucking hanging on. Why haven't they thrown their fucking hands up yet and said, enough already? Go home. Okay. When is that going to happen? What does it take? What does it take? How many? I mean, Thursday, they're filing fucking lawsuits. Okay. Give me a break now. Enough. Frivolous shit. Right? So never happened. I would end up homeless. Have everything delivered, no contact. That's great. Brian, welcome aboard. It's going to be on telly all the time. Still, you want to run for president again? I don't think so. I think things are going to go so sweetly, nobody will want him back. Okay. I think that's what's going to happen. Things are going to go so well that there won't be any room for him. You know, I think Biden is going to be the third Democrat to be reelected. Since FDR. And now I get to grow legally, so I will have fun in 2021. Yes, you will. See how great all that worked out? Things are already getting better. See? And they'll reschedule it. Heidi, what you doing there? So here's the good news, okay? The people in Georgia, okay, were bitching about these Dominion voting machines, all right? And that they were changing the votes, or the votes were being sent overseas to be counted, and all this other bullshit about these Dominion voting machines, to the point where employees of the Dominion voting machine company were actually having their lives threatened. All right. It's gotten that far. All right. So they're still using these Dominion voting machines in the January runoff for these two senatorial races. All right. Now, the Trumpers are threatening, and here's the beauty of it, folks. They're threatening to boycott the election. Okay. Are you ready for this? They're threatening to boycott the election. So the Republicans are not going to vote. Ain't that a laugh? We'll show you, you Dominion motherfuckers. We're not going to vote. Or if we do, we're going to vote by mail. We'll show you, motherfuckers. We'll vote by mail. So you know what that means? The mail-in ballots get counted by a Dominion voting machine. Okay. So, okay. So even if they vote by mail, the ballot still gets sorted through a Dominion voting machine. So it doesn't make any difference. Okay. And if they vote in person, the ballot goes through a Dominion voting machine. Okay. Don't you love it? So it's just amazing how incredibly fucking stupid they are, you know. So it just surprises me how they're just willing to just turn the Senate over to us, you know. Because, you know, if the Senate is divided 50-50, then the vice president gets to decide everything. Okay. You know, so anytime the vote comes down to a 50-50 split in the Senate, then the vice president gets to decide everything. So there are no ties. So isn't that nice? What do we got going on in the chat here? Biden is just another Republican Democrat skin. Well, yeah, but it's not Biden. Look at the people he picked for his cabinet so far. They're all left-leaning. Okay? They're all left-leaning. So you got to think about that, okay? He's being all of these people that he's picked so far, well, some of them anyway, were slightly Bernie, okay? So give them a chance, and we'll get lefter and lefter as time goes by, okay? Don't forget, a lot can happen to Biden in 4 years. He's not a kid. Every time Social Security was up for vote, he voted it to be destroyed for 42 years. I'm going to listen, but all I can get, I'll have to watch and replay. Much love. Stay bright. Okay. Well, I'm sorry about that, Brian. We'll see you. Thanks for coming aboard. Many of his cabinet so far are corporate shills. Well, I don't know. I got faith in some of them people. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing my first holiday shirt. So here you go. It's my eco shirt. It's only 4 Saturdays till Christmas, so I figured I'd wear my first holiday shirt today. So there you go. Well, I'm glad you like my input. I have positive thoughts about the future. And I just hope I'm right. So, wow. It's time for the weed of the week. I wrote it down somewhere. Oh, there it is on the floor. Right where I spilled my Cayman Jack. Here it is. Kush Tarts. It's a sativa dominant hybrid that's 26.41% THC. It's pretty fucking good, too. I've been enjoying it. So, the crazy orange dude in the room with no corners wants to bring back the firing squad. Yeah, you heard me. He's already signed it. As long as people stop dying from COVID, that is my focus on manifesting. Hope he does people right. Love the shirt. I'd probably get shot wearing it here. Listen, 2 years ago, I almost got my ass beat by a young couple because they thought it was their God-given right to kill a tree and bring it into their house for the holidays. Like God said, you know. And I tried to tell them that it began as a pagan ritual, okay? And that wouldn't it be better to let the tree grow and produce oxygen? And we have all these plastic bottles lying around that could be recycled into an artificial tree and brought into the house, okay? And you wouldn't end up with all that mess from the needles and everything. And they just didn't get it, you know, because it was their God-given right to kill a tree, you know? And I said, well, what about a potted tree that you could bring into the house and then plant in your garden in the spring? And no, that was just out of the fucking question. You had to cut it down. You know, I couldn't understand the whole fucking thing, you know. There you go. I like that, Ms. Pariah. Let's put him in front of the firing squad. Yes. Well, and that's another thing. You know, I mentioned it last week. What kind of knowledge is he going to leave with? And this week I read an article where it turns out that after the president leaves the White House, they often invite him back for briefings on what's ongoing. And there's a question as to whether or not they're going to invite him back because they don't know how much information they ought to give him, considering he's such a fucking blabbermouth. Okay. I mean, he can't keep secrets now, Why would they want to give him more secrets? Okay. Plus, they think he's an economic risk because of his debts, although he claims that he has enough money to cover those debts since nobody knows. Okay. They don't think they can trust him. So since it's up to Biden whether to invite him back or not, they don't know that that's going to happen. You guys are talking a bunch. Let's see what's happening here. Let's put, most Christians have no idea how or where their traditions come from. I watched your state murder a majestic 89-year-old tree and paraded it corpse all the way to D.C. It was so sad. Yes, it is sad. Stony, welcome aboard. And what'd you delete? Leak a balloon. Okay. I mean, it's terrible to see that sort of thing. I mean, why kill something like that? I mean, it's disgusting. You think of what it does for the world, like Trump just opened up that forest in Alaska. They're cutting down 1,000-year-old trees. I mean, what for? I mean, there's no reason for that. I mean, there's absolutely no reason for that. I mean, that forest is supporting our ecosystem like no other. And you're going to send people in there to deforest that area. What the fuck for? Okay. It's one of the few areas in the world that are keeping us alive. And you're going to go cut down these fucking 1,000-year-old trees. You couldn't hate him more than me. Okay. Trump would sell America. It's just good business. Yeah. We got like 50 some days and he's gone and I can't wait. I know he's selling Alaska. He's been selling it and he's selling virgin forest, stuff that was protected. Okay. These are forests these are temperate wetlands. Okay. These are areas that shouldn't be touched. Okay. Yes, he can do us a lot of damage in 50 days. Okay. It pains me. I mean, I was in Alaska for 2 years. It pains me to think how much he could destroy up there in 50 days. Okay. He does pimp everything, Stoney. You're right. Well, that's the thing, is Biden is not going to do anything to Trump at the federal level. New York State, on the other hand, and the city of New York, they are definitely going to take action against him. There's no doubt in my mind. Okay. The city of New York is going to take criminal action against him. The state of New York is going to take civil action against him, which may turn to criminal action. Okay. Depending upon what happens in the civil case. Okay. That is definitely going to happen. No doubt in my mind. Okay. What do we got going on here? So, yeah, politicians have no restrictions. My AG has got him in her scope big time. She's badass. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. So, yeah, Biden just wants to move on. And I can see that. Okay. Okay. Although they do have a firm case against him in the Southern District of New York. Okay. With with all the testimony that they could get from Michael Cohen. Okay. Because I read the book. He's got so much shit on him. It's unbelievable. Okay. Well, he's not going to do that. Okay. He's not going to jail him. It's not that he's a wuss. He just needs to move on and put fucking Trump behind him. Get him out of the news. That's what he needs to do. Get him out of the face of the public. If he continues to put him in the face of the public, then he'll still be there 4 years from now. And we want to put this man behind us. Okay. Tisha James is determined. She said she would be waiting at 12:01 on 121 with handcuffs for Trump. Yes, she is. She is litigious. Letitia is litigious. You're right. She's after him. Well, it's a civil matter. It means money for the state of New York. Okay. It's the job of the Justice Department to go after Trump, not Biden's job. Well, yeah, I know. But I guess it's still up to the Southern District. So it would be up to the Attorney General, whoever he appoints as Attorney General. So, but this election was something. This was like no other. Okay. I mean, here we were in the midst of what we got going here. Trump is only a symptom, not the problem. If the presidents did their job, the environment would not have been primed to let a Trump happen. Biden needs to do his job. My pregnant hooker kept me in distraught. Oh, left me. I'm distraught. Okay. We just had an idiot who tried to do everything. Well, what he did is he conned us into thinking he could do everything. That's what he did. Okay. Now, the thing is that the Republicans, okay, are all about voter suppression. And we did a remarkable thing in this election, is that in the midst of an absolute pandemic, we had a turnout like never before. Okay. I mean, people voted like never before. I mean, we had millions and millions of people come out to the polls that never voted before. I mean, remarkable fucking numbers. People were sick and they voted. Okay. We voted in every possible form and every possible way. We proved that mail-in voting works, that it's not fraudulent, that it can't be fucked with. Okay. We proved that any kind of voting, dropping off your ballot, voting early, voting in any other kind of way you want to vote, works. Okay. That any kind of Republican kind of voter suppression doesn't work. Lindsey Graham came out and said long ago, okay, like at the beginning of the fucking year, said, got to keep people away from the polls, okay? We're going to lose this election, okay? So what happened? Everybody turned out, they lost the election, okay? Ted Cruz said about the coronavirus back in May that it was all a fucking Democratic hoax. Okay, that as soon as he said, I hope Biden doesn't get elected. But if he does get elected, you watch. A couple of days after he gets elected, it's all going to go away and it'll be business as usual. And let's open up all the stores. Well, guess what? The election's over and it didn't go away. And we didn't open up all the stores. And people sicker than ever. Okay. Why? Because Trump ignored the fucking virus. Okay. And Ted Cruz still isn't wearing a mask and he's still making fun of this shit. Okay. In front of the whole fucking Senate. He's still joking about this shit. And his state of fucking Texas is burning. His state of fucking Texas is burning to the fucking ground. And he's making jokes about this shit in front of the Senate. Okay. What do we got? Trump motivated you to vote. Good. Against him. Good. Incontinent wears diapers. I'm sure. No, they don't want you to vote ever. You're right. That's why they create situations to make things more difficult for people to vote. Fewer polling places, ID cards and photo IDs and all that kind of bullshit. You know, I have to have a voter's card when I go to the polls here. I showed up at the polls. I go to pull out my voter's card. He sees I have a voter's card. He says, "Oh, you got a driver's license?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, that's easier. Give me your driver's license." So it didn't make any difference, okay? They're that accommodating in the state of Illinois. Okay. What's this? He can't do lives no, because he's shifting his diapers. Bad, not true. The GOP wants to go back to surf lord society. Absolutely. That's why they don't want any people coming in the country. He walked down the ramp at West Point with full diapers. That's why he was hanging on and shit. Yeah. Four years of drugs. Heard that every time he goes into a rage, he farts, then fills his diaper. I've yet to show my papers to buy bread. Well, that's good. Let's hope it doesn't get to that. So, what else did I hear this week? There had to have been something else. I know I had some crazy shit on my phone. Let's see here. Oh, Senate boycott in Georgia. Athletes. No, I guess I covered it all. Anyway, we can just chat now. How's that? But so yeah, let's see here. He's going to croak. We can only hope. So the baby Trump balloon is perfect. Isn't it, though? I will yell in the streets. Put the balloons in free doobies. Hitler's dead. Is a Trump on his throne? Balloon too. Yeah. Trump on his throne. Oh, cool. Now that baby balloon, they created that in Europe, I believe. I don't believe that's an American creation. I think that's the way they saw him. England, yeah. I thought it was a European creation. Oh, hey, what time is it? 4:17. Oh, Friday. Yeah. We're coming up on it here. Let me get one more hit off this and I can start a new one. Wonder where Dog is today. A throne is a toilet. Golden. Oh, cool. He belongs on a throne with his head in it. You know what? I just realized that there's never been a person in my life that I found that contemptible. You know? I mean, really. I mean, even Richard Nixon, I didn't hate this much. Because Richard Nixon didn't have this kind of arrogance. He never defiance, but not arrogance. This is more than, yeah. Nixon wasn't sick. No, you're right. Nixon wasn't a sociopath. That's what it was. Time to put that one down and pick up another. Come on, we're getting there. Happy 420, everybody. They have to take all of the gold toilets out of the White House and bleach bomb the shit out of poor Biden. And Steph can go there. Why do poor support the rich? I'll never understand. And put back our rose garden. Absolutely. God. And get a damn dog. It's full of COVID. Yeah. Really, they're going to have to bleach the fucking White House. Reeks of old fast food. Yeah, it's got to smell like Burger King or some shit, right? McDonald's. It's got to be fucking disgusting in there. Because I don't imagine I don't imagine that he's very sanitary either. You know? Seriously. Good dogs. I had a German Shepherd. Well, he was a mix, but he was primarily German Shepherd. Smartest fucking dog I ever had. Well, next to Buster, because Buster understands everything I say. I mean, every word I say. Rump farts. Rancid KFC. Ew. Oh, nothing like nasty chicken. Ugh. It's probably chicken bones in the flower pots and shit like that, you know? Wouldn't you think? He'd like just throw a chicken bone in a flower pot in the Oval Office. Here he comes. I smell him. For sure. I'm sure. Oh, man. Snow White went for 13 years. People thought he was a wolf. He'll go across the street to avoid us. I had a white shepherd too, but she was a tragedy. She had a lot of health problems, and she was fear aggressive. She loud noises made her aggressive. She went through the front window of my house at the mailman. She got all torn up. I had to get her all stitched up after that. But I took her to through obedience class, and she was like #1 in her class. But outside the building, loud noises and stuff would set her off. There was just no control in it. It was fear aggression. It was just, I even hired a private trainer. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. Unfortunately, she got hung up in the glass, but and she was really tore up bad. But I even hired a private trainer, and it took him 2 weeks just to get near her because he didn't know her. And he was using frozen pieces of hot dog, okay, just to try to get near her. So, I mean, she was like me and Mrs. Spliffy, and that was it. Okay, so she was the only 2 people that she'd come near. We were the only 2 people she'd come near. So anybody else she'd attack.
Hello? Huh? I brought dinner, just so you know.
What'd you get?
Pork roast.
Oh, cool. Sounds good to me. We're having pork roast. Your dog would not eat hot dogs. These were frozen. So it's like a cool treat, you know. So, bet your dog could eat pork roast, though. Huh? Oh, well, only full break. It's only kind we have are all beef. Vienna all beef franks from Chicago. It's the only kind we buy. And you got to eat them on Marianne buns. Rosen's Marianne buns from Chicago. It's the only hot dog bun to eat a hot dog on. I would get an order of fries for him when I got some for me. Cool. See now, no, you steam your bun. See now, what makes a Marianne bun unique for a hot dog bun is that it's not stuck to the next hot dog bun. Miss Pariah, alpha doesn't exist. The man that did study and find that phrase has been trying to correct the false statement ever since, because study proved his alpha theory wrong. You squeak when you walk. Not that I'm aware of. I love hot dogs. Fully loaded, please. No ketchup. Can't put ketchup on a hot dog. That's just wrong. But virtually anything else on a hot dog, but no ketchup. Right, mustard only. Now, a Marianne bun. See, Marianne buns come in a package of 8, okay? But they're not connected to one another. They're individual hot dog buns, okay? Yeah, onions are optional, but they really should be there. And the relish should be that neon relish, the shit that looks like it would glow in the dark, okay? Wolves have an alpha pair in the pack. They are the breeders. Rest of the pack serves them. Yeah. Alphas don't exist. Then who's the boss? Yeah. I love onions too. Depends. Sometimes grilled, sometimes raw, but on a hot dog, always raw. What determines a leader? I don't know. Fried hot dogs, grilled, fried. See, now a Chicago hot dog is poached. It's heated in warm water. It's not boiled. It's just heated in warm water. But yeah, split and fried, that's good. But an actual Chicago dog is just it's poached. They just float them in warm water. I know it sounds weird, but if you ever heard of a Chicago dog, that's what it is. And it would have yellow mustard, neon green relish, onions, and tomatoes, and whatever else they might throw on there. If you're on a pickle, spear with an egg, with an egg. With an egg. Never heard that one. The man who made the alpha statement from his study of the wolves found his alpha theory wrong. He tried to correct the false statement. So, in other words, when there's a pack of wolves, there are several males that are actually sharing the pack, and there's no one alpha. Yeah, probably you're reliving your childhood. That's what I would say, Sony. Reliving your youth. You eat 4 burgers when you're on Pornhub. I don't know what to say about that. Takes a pack to raise a pup. Does it really take a village, though? Come on. Or is this just a bunch of her bullshit? You know? Stoney, you got to find another website. That's what you got to do. My advice to you is to find another website. Might have to make onion rings. There's a notion. Yeah. Now, do you like the battered or the coated? You know what I mean? You know, there's 2 kinds of onion rings. Cooking channels make me horny. Cooking channels make you horny. So, well, if you want to lose weight, then you got to watch less porn. That would be my guess. That would make sense to me. That would be my thinking. Besides, how much of that stuff can you watch, really? I mean, it's all pretty much the same thing. Well, thank you, Ms. Pariah, for coming aboard. It's nice seeing you again. She makes you hungry. It was a pleasure having you here. So, yeah, I don't know where Dog was today. I always expect him to show, and he didn't. I'll have to chastise him later. Roll up a newspaper. I think this is worth a smack on the snout. Don't you think so, Stoney? I think a good whack on the snout is what he's due. I don't know what happened to Buds. I thought he was in the game earlier too, but he has nothing to say all day. Katie, you still there? Ain't nobody talking to me? I just talking to myself? Somebody come back here. Stoney, you there? Well, if nobody's going to talk to me, then I'm just going to shut things down here. So thanks for coming by, folks. And remember, there's nothing funny about peace, love, and understanding. Tune in Tuesday for Tune In Tuesday, 4:20 Central. And hope to see you then. Otherwise, welcome back next week.